And go. We're sprinting.
All right, we're sprinting. I've got a topic today that we've talked about and had on our list before, but have never done. And I wanted to do this as a sprint because the more I've been thinking about it, the more this topic it's kind of like the unifier of many of our topics that we've talked about. We've talked about listening to other people. We've talked about listening to the environment. We've talked about listening to our thoughts. We've talked about listening to our body. And this is going to be a through line that goes through all of that. Are you ready for this? So I'm going to play something, and I need you to listen. And listen as long as you can, and as long as you're able to hear the sound. Are you ready?
Ready, go. That was great.
When you're listening to that sound, what was going on in your brain?
Well, the first thing I did was close my eyes.
Okay. Because you wanted to focus on listening.
I wanted to focus. I didn't want any other distractions. I wanted to focus in specifically on listening.
Okay.
So I closed my eyes, and it was very calming.
Mm-hmm.
I really like drone sounds like that, where it's just kind of a consistent sound. That's very calming for me. That's very entertaining for me. I can listen to that forever. Okay. Big fan of the bagpipes because of the back drone that the bagpipes have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So calm, relaxed, eyes closed, could listen to it for a while longer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So a pleasant sound that you enjoyed listening to. And were you thinking of anything else while you were listening to it?
Not really.
Okay.
I was pretty focused in on listening to what that was.
Okay, so you're focused in. Would you say you were being present?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say I was very present because I was listening to the thing that was happening just then.
Got it. This idea of being present is something that we're always focused on. When we're talking with someone, and I'm very guilty of this, my brain starts wandering off somewhere else, and I'm not paying attention to what the person's saying in front of me. Have you done that before?
Never. All the time.
So the practice of being present is called mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
That is what our topic is for this sprint.
Mindfulness, being present in the now, not distracted, not thinking about a bunch of other things, being present, focused in mindfulness.
You got it. From conversations to the natural world to complete silence, so many of us focus on what's next rather than what is happening now. I'm Listening is a podcast that dissects the importance of listening.
I'm Drew Richmond.
And I'm Brandt Christofferson.
And this is I'm Listening, a podcast simply about the skill of listening.
Okay, so this concept of mindfulness has been all over the place lately. You probably hear it all the time on social media or speakers or anywhere. I see it a lot in the work I'm doing, and I actually have incorporated it into the work I'm doing with team development, is this idea of mindfulness, this idea of practicing being present with where you are at and what is happening around you. I wanted to bring this into listening today because I feel this is a huge part of listening. My example from this morning was my kids are home and they decided to get up and start making pancakes. Mm-hmm. So
why not?
Oh, because why not? Yeah, by the way, they're 5 and 8 years old, and they're going and getting food out and turning on the stove. Great. Awesome.
Right. Yeah. Hot butter, pans,
everything. Freaking me out.
All the things.
And in the meantime, the cat escapes and gets outside. The dog is running around freaking out. I am like, oh my gosh. I am so aware of everything that's going on around me. My head's going to explode. I just needed to take a minute and breathe.
Yes, I do. I'm conscious of that because I can hear my head about to explode sometimes. And I go, take a deep breath. Mm-hmm. Take a deep breath. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's just pancakes.
And I'm like, okay, it's okay. Yeah, they're being loud and making a mess. It's just pancakes. They're having a great time. It's going to be okay. Mindfulness is about being present. It's about being aware, but it's also about not reacting, responding, or judging those things that I'm being aware of, which is not what I was doing this morning, right? I was like having these big responses and reactions to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wrote down, you're not reacting, you're not responding, you're not judging. You're in that piece of it. And our little introduction to this podcast is we live in a world where people are so focused in on the next thing that they're going to say that they're not actively listening to what is actually going on. They just want to get their piece of the puzzle out, and that's what they're thinking about. They're already reacting.
Yeah.
They're already planning their response. They're probably judging what was just said, and they need to prove you wrong or say something else or do something else. So they're not, and that's the world that we live in. So it all gets tied into it of if you just actually listen without thinking of what your response is going to be while you're listening, we believe that the world would be a little bit better place.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, an example, right, of that active listening, of trying to practice of keeping your attention and focus on what the other person is saying and not following your thoughts down the road, but keeping present with them. Another example of being aware of sound or noise around us is our episode we did on air travel. And we talked about, wearing noise canceling headphones to cancel out all of the noise and stimulation because it's so intense. Again, practicing mindfulness is a way to kind of help get through situations like that. We talked about listening to our body. It's very right in line with this whole idea of mindfulness.
Yep.
So
your body's not necessarily talking back.
Yeah.
It's saying things, but it's not waiting for its next response. You can be right in tune with it and be very present with it.
Yes. Where did this come from? This whole idea of mindfulness. Where did this show up from? Why does it exist? Does it matter? Who cares? Does it actually have an effect on us?
And why is it so damn popular right now?
So
Because you are right. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's
okay.
It's everywhere.
So this idea of mindfulness comes out of Buddhist meditation and looking at, again, that sense of being present with yourself, being present with everything that's going on around you, observing but not judging.
Got it.
Now, they're like, gosh, this feels good, right? It feels good to be mindful because I am alleviating stress, I'm alleviating anxiety, and I'm just able to kind of cope a little bit better with my environment and everything that's going on around me. Now, when this is looked at from a scientific setting, we are seeing something happen that is not just like, oh, this feels good. We're saying, whoa, there's something going on here with our brain. Studies look at focusing on the present can have a positive impact on our health and well-being. I was first introduced to this with a program called Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction. It was one of the first programs to just have clinical background and proof behind it that this actually does help reduce, stress and anxiety. And I was like, okay, this is cool. It can also help lower blood pressure, improve sleep, blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to sell you on it, but just looking at, hey, there's something to this.
There's some science behind it. Actual statistics behind this emotional thing.
Data behind it, yeah.
Okay.
So you're listening to something and you're going to have an emotional response to it. You either have a positive response, a neutral response, or a negative response.
Yep.
Let's follow that a little bit. You're listening and you're having a negative response. What is happening inside your head and your body?
I would imagine it's annoyance. It is frustration. It is, I want to stop this as quickly as possible.
Yeah. So me, when I was chewing in the microphone last season, something you wanted to stop.
Yes. And every dinner I've had since then.
There are times too, like when my, kids are clanging around making pancakes and my blood pressure starts to go up. My heart rate starts to go up. My breathing starts to go up. I'm having a physical reaction or response to what is going on. What do I do in a situation where I am starting to get stressed out or frustrated or angry? What are my options here?
Your option number one is keep going till you explode.
Okay.
And have that outward yelling, freaking out, temper tantrum, whatever it is. That is a piece of the puzzle. You can walk away from this, just walk away from the situation.
Yep.
I'm going to remove myself from all of this. Or I would say another option is you can remain present, not physically walk away from it, and start to de-escalate yourself or the situation in a calm and reflective manner.
If only it was so easy, right?
Oh yeah, I've never done that before.
No, it's
that's impossible.
the go-to is the fight or flight, right? The go-to is like, I'm going to explode and I'm going to put this out, or I'm going to get the hell out of here because I can't handle this. So we're
walking away.
Yeah, going with that third magical option here, which is, again, practicing that mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
When we go into that fight or flight, this is our nervous system responding to what's going on. This is our sympathetic nervous system. It helps get our blood going, our heart going, our breath going, and we are geared up and ready for a fight, right?
I'm either going to run like hell or I'm going to go into this situation.
That's right. Now, the other side of this part of this nervous system is the parasympathetic nervous system. So we've got the sympathetic nervous system that gets us up and going and moving, and the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps get us to calm down and relax.
Calm down helps you relax, helps you.
Yeah. Parasympathetic nervous system is the system that helps you calm down. So it is the rest and digest, like calm.
Take a deep breath.
That's it right there. Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Now
I did it. I just did it with you.
You did it with
I lifted up my shoulders, rolled them back, and took a deep breath.
Yeah. So our sympathetic nervous system, in our parasympathetic nervous system, they react and they will respond without us consciously needing to do anything whatsoever about it.
Okay.
Our parasympathetic nervous system, though, there is something we have control over, and that is breathing, right?
Okay.
I can't, some people can, I suppose, if they're really good at it, but oh, my heart's beating fast, I'm going to slow my heart rate down. Yeah, good luck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But our breathing, we can control our breathing. I can make myself breathe really fast and hyperventilate, or I can make myself breathe really slow and calm down. So breathing is a central piece to mindfulness practice, is focusing on our breathing. If we can focus on our breathing and slow our breathing down, that then affects everything else in our parasympathetic nervous system to help slow our heart rate down, our racing thoughts down, bring our cortisol level down,
blood pressure, all of
those things.
This is how I'm stitching this together. I've got the mindfulness in terms of being present, not reacting, not responding, not judging. I've got the parasympathetic nervous system that is you have some level of control over, which is just take a deep breath, and the breathing and being mindful and conscious of the fact that you need to physically breathe and do something different. You have to make that decision. Mm-hmm. It's not just something that's happening automatically. It puts you in the moment to go, my head's going to explode. I can't believe we're about to go through this. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to start to slow all this down. I'm going to regain control of my body. I'm not just going to rely on fight or flight.
Yeah, you got it. Now, I'm going to layer one more little analogy in here.
I'm ready.
Because that example, is looking at, okay, we were talking about that external stimuli of my kids making pancakes and me freaking out about it, going into fight or flight. I've got a third option of doing some inner work and calming my body down to calm my brain down.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of programs out there, apps, YouTube videos, all this stuff on mindfulness. One of my favorites is from an app called Headspace. The guy behind this is Andrew Petticombe. Look it up. He's got a great app, and he's got a lot of really great videos to help describe how this works in our brains. One of my favorite videos is when it comes to just practicing meditation, is the idea that we're trying to quiet our brains down and just be in a spot of thinking about nothing, which never happens. There's always thoughts racing through your head.
It's impossible, right? It's there's something like, think about nothing for 20 minutes. It's I can't.
No, you can't
do that.
It's impossible.
No.
Now,
right.
He equates it. He's kind of adapted a Buddhist story of leaves floating down a river, but it's more modern. This is, imagine you're sitting on the side of a road, busy highway, and there are all these cars going by.
Paging Mr. Doppler. Paging Mr. Doppler.
And you're listening to,
So a car's traveling by at 123 miles an hour.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, yes. So you're sitting on the side of a road. You're sitting inside of a highway, and all these cars are going by. Yes.
Okay. And now, okay, maybe picture my dog sitting on the side of the road, and it is very excited. It wants to chase after these cars. Oh, that car is really shiny. That car's really cool. That car's really loud. I want to follow that car. I want to follow that car. Think of now our thoughts kind of being like those cars on the highway. They are coming and going. Mm-hmm. We could chase them down. We could follow them. We could run after them, or we could simply just watch them go by and not really try to chase it. This is that idea of what we're doing when we're practicing mindfulness and meditation is those thoughts or emotions come along and we're not chasing it so much. We're letting them show up and then we're letting them go. Just like watching those cars go along the side of the highway.
Does he acknowledge that they're there?
Yes. They are there.
Is that you can acknowledge the fact that they're there. It's just your reaction to these thoughts,
yes,
to the things, to those things. That's what you have control over.
That is what you have control over. Those cars are going to be there. Your job is not to clear the highway and have no cars. Like, that would be absurd. You're not going to be able to do that.
Absurd. Because you can't control that part.
You cannot control that part.
That part is out of your control.
Correct. You can control.
But how you react to the cars is how. Whoa.
Boom.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's how he kind of works through an analogy, if you will, of mindfulness.
Yes. So we're looking again, right?
Don't be the dog that's chasing every vehicle or going, oh, that one's loud, that one's shiny, that one's new, that one's old, this is that. And you get all distracted, you get all fired up, and you got your mind is racing.
Yes.
And there's too many things going on. Yeah. See what I did there?
I do.
And he's saying that, like you said, he is saying your goal is not to remove all of the cars from the highway because that's impossible. He is saying practice mindfulness to say, I don't have to look at every single car.
You can look at them. You can acknowledge they're there, but you don't need to chase after them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. I like that. That works for me.
That works for you. Okay, good. I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Let's tie these all back together again. Mindfulness is practicing being present and not being so judgmental or chasing after the thoughts and emotions and feelings and reactions and things that we're having, but just letting them be. Now, we talked about the nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Knowing the parasympathetic nervous system can be controlled by our breathing, let's bring this back to breathing.
Got it.
When we're sitting on the side of that road and we're not wanting to chase the cars, giving us something to focus on and bring our focus back to is helpful because our brains are ultimately going to follow that thought or follow that emotion, and we need to bring it back to something. We're going to bring it back to our breathing. So I'm going to have you focus on your breathing. You're breathing through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth.
Yeah. Go on.
And as we're just resting, sitting calmly, it could be even walking, laying down. I don't care how you do it. But as soon as you're like, man, my thoughts are wandering all over the place. I just want to calm down and be a little more present. Focus on your breathing. Focus on your breathing. You can even focus specifically on your nose and feeling the air come in through your nose, or you could focus on your lungs and how they're feeling when they fill up with air or when the air leaves them. But it's just constantly not like, stop it, bring it back, but just gently bringing your thoughts back to your breathing. It's a great practice for getting back into this mindful state, this present state, and kind of calming ourselves down.
I like it.
So what does this have to do with listening?
Ooh, this is the fun part.
Yeah.
What does this have to do with listening?
Yeah.
I believe that a couple of things. It goes back to the first piece of this. If you're firing up your nervous system and if you're entering into that fight or flight component, getting frustrated, getting overwhelmed, giving whatever, overstimulated, whatever it is, you have these options of reacting, responding, judging, things of that nature, which being mindful will reduce these things, these potential outcomes that you can lean on and go towards.
Mm-hmm.
In any case that you're listening to someone, if it's a great conversation, you can continue to be mindful. But as we've talked about, not every conversation is great. So if you're listening to something that is upsetting you, if you're listening to someone or something that you are starting to get angry, you can feel your blood pressure rise, you are starting to, your head's going to explode, all these other things because of what you're listening to,
mm-hmm.
those become those cars in traffic.
Yep.
And then how do you practice and get better at taking that deep breath, starting to focus in on calming yourself down,
mm-hmm.
so that you don't go into the reacting, responding, judging piece of it, but you can be present and you can respond in a way that is mindful.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would tie this back to listening. And I believe if we think about it, and whoever's listening out there to this episode, perhaps somebody has come up to you at one point in your life and said, that was a very thoughtful response.
Yeah.
I would imagine that the thoughtful response was one that you were very mindful of, or mindfulness. You were being present in that moment. You were giving them space to finish their thoughts. You were taking a deep breath. Your reaction to that was calm, was well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
Those types of things, I think in the realm of listening, is you were listening to what they were saying because you were mindful of what was going on around you. You were mindful of your reaction to all of that. And not every conversation somebody's going to come up to you like, you're very thoughtful. But when it's a high pressure situation or it's a high intensity situation,
mm-hmm.
those that can respond in a thoughtful manner were very mindful of it. And people notice that. It makes a big difference. It helps the conversation move along. You don't just keep escalating the situation, saying, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You can actually think through it because you're calm. Your brain is functioning.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in a fight or flight situation. You have reached into that parasympathetic nervous system and you've been able to calm yourself down to give yourself clear thoughts to be able to approach a situation in a very mindful manner.
Yeah, love it. If I feel I need someone to listen to me, there's nothing better than someone who's just completely present with me and they're just listening.
I really like what you just said there. When I need somebody to listen to me, how I was going to go with that was I look at them and I said, I just need you to listen to me.
Yeah.
I don't need a response. I don't need a solution. I don't need snarky whatever response. I just need you to listen to me right now. I need you to be mindful in this situation right now. An interesting approach. I don't use it very often, but every once in a while, it's like, just stop. Just listen to me for a second, please.
Yeah. What I like about this idea of practicing mindfulness is we can practice this by ourselves, but that practice in how we can exercise bringing ourselves back into the present is a skill set that is going to help us be more effective in listening.
One of the questions I have for you, and we can edit this out if we want to, but one of the questions I have for you is mindfulness and meditation.
Yes.
So you started this whole podcast off by saying, Drew, I'm going to play a sound for you.
Yeah.
My brain immediately went to, this is probably going to be some sort of meditation thing. To me, meditation is you start every morning with 20 or 30 minutes of like just you and yourself in crisscross applesauce with some music going on, gongs and such in the background to like get you into the present. But then you like go on with your day and you do all these other things and all the craziness. And then maybe you come home and you're like, I need to end my day with some calm and, that sort of thing. But that's different. That's like setting you up and flushing out all of the things that happened. And like, it's very specific breaks in time that you dedicate to this sort of thing. This is different because this is present time. Mm-hmm. This is something you're not like, oh, we're going to have a conversation. Please hold 20 minutes while I go meditate in preparation. Sometimes you need to do that, but that's not reality. That's not normal.
Yeah.
this is implementing those similar ideas, but in the realm of this is very present. Now, I need to do this in real time while I'm going through this process, not preparing my day or ending my day.
Yeah. I think you answered your own question right there. Where like,
I think I did too.
You did. Mindfulness, again, is that just the practice of being fully present and aware of what's going on right now. Meditation would be more of a structured practice. You've got okay, I'm going to do this structured thing right now to help enhance my mindfulness.
Makes sense.
What's your takeaway, Drew?
I love this because, yes, you're right. This was a topic that we wanted to talk about, that we decided on quite some time ago that we wanted to talk about for this season. And you had always said, like, this topic is tied into everything. And that's how you started this podcast as well, as saying that this mindfulness is woven into so many, from airports to children to white noise to, I mean, my brain was going through all these things of all these pieces. And you're right. And mindfulness is there. I think specifically about this episode and about this topic of mindfulness, my takeaway is, how do you practice this? Because it's probably a little bit different from everyone, but they're unlimited resources, apps, YouTubes, videos, internets, whatever, books, all the things. You have access to this information of how to be more mindful. It has been proven over and over again that a thoughtful or mindful response in the realm of listening is really the way to go and is appreciated by others. And I would say, Brandt, in today's world, probably is against the grain of what the current approach is, which is, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to be louder. Yep. My response is going to be dumber than your response, so it gets the attention that it needs. Yep. And mindfulness, perhaps for the first time in history, has been thrown out the window, and it's time to bring it back. That's my very simple and long-winded takeaway.
I like it.
How about you?
My takeaway is that it is a thing that helps me being present when it comes to listening to other people, or if there are things that are happening that I'm not enjoying or not liking, I can still practice this mindfulness to kind of just calm myself down a little bit and kind of be there, be present with myself and with others. So, yeah.
Yeah. Don't go chasing cars.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
That too. I really like the car analogy. Thank you for bringing this topic up.
Yeah, this is fun. Thanks for listening.
I'm going into several situations, and this has been a very busy week. There have been a lot of things going on. I've been very overwhelmed at times. There is no end in sight for that in a myriad of different ways. And I appreciate this topic. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to find my ways that I can go into different situations more mindful and more thoughtful moving forward, and continue to practice that. And if I screw it up, that's okay. That doesn't mean I just don't do it again. You just keep working on it and getting better at it.
There you go.
So thank you for the topic, Brandt.
Yeah, thank you. This has been fun.
In the description of this podcast, you will find more information and a list of any of the sources that we used.
This podcast is created and produced by Drew Richmond and Brandt Christofferson. Editing by me, and the I'm Listening theme music by Drew.
That's me.
That's you.
Brandt, I will talk to you later, my friend.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Drew.
Bye, Brandt.